Luke chapter 9 verses 51 to 62. He resolutely determined to journey to Jerusalem. I will follow you wherever you go. When the days for Jesus being taken up were fulfilled, he resolutely determined to journey to Jerusalem, and he sent messengers ahead of him. On the way they entered a Samaritan village to prepare for his reception there, but they would not welcome him because the destination of his journey was Jerusalem. When the disciples James and John saw this, they asked, "Lord, do you want us to call down fire from heaven to consume them?" Jesus turned and rebuked them, and they journeyed to another village. As they were proceeding on their journey, someone said to him, "I will follow you wherever you go." Jesus answered him, "Foxes have dens and birds of the sky have nests, but the Son of Man has nowhere to rest his head." And to another he said, "Follow me." But he replied, "Lord, let me go first and bury my father." But he answered him, "Let the dead bury their dead. But you, go and proclaim the kingdom of God." And another said, "I will follow you, Lord, but first let me say farewell to my family at home." To him Jesus said, "No one who sets a hand to the plow and looks to what was left behind is fit for the kingdom of God." By going to Jerusalem, Jesus was opening a door that could not be shut, at least in human terms, to his persecution and death. There is an old saying, when God closes a door he opens a window, but in this case Jesus was fulfilling the Father's will, so there was no reason to look for the window of escape. Assyria had conquered Samaria. When the people returned to Samaria they were intermarried with the Assyrians. Jews of the time looked upon the Samaritans as half-breeds, not worthy to be called Jews or Israelites. It is therefore understandable when Jews passed through Samaria, as in this case and many others, they were not welcomed with open arms. In this passage we hear James and John asking Jesus, "Do you want us to bid fire come down from heaven and consume them?" From that statement they developed the nickname, Sons of Thunder. James and John had forgotten or hadn't internalized Jesus' teaching that when others scorn or attack us we should not retaliate but should turn the other cheek and pray for them. We must remember that judgment belongs to God, and unlike human beings he only judges us once, at the end of our earthly life. In this reading we see Jesus asking disciples for instant action. All actions or inactions lead to risks or rewards. Following Jesus is a risk because of the pressures put on us by our fellow man, but the reward is eternal happiness with the one to whom you are a disciple. As William Shakespeare asks in Hamlet, "Are you willing to accept the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune?" Slings and arrows are weapons used to attack people. The fortunes are the outcomes of your actions or inactions. People will attack your Christian beliefs, but as the book of Revelation points out, righteous beliefs will lead to ultimate vindication. Jesus might not have had a place to lay his head at that point in his life, but he returned to his home at the Ascension. Where will you lay your head eternally?